You're listening to Alex Manners on the Solihull Radio Children's Show.
Good morning, boys and girls. That's right, I'm Alex Manners, and you're listening to my live Solihull Radio Children's Show this morning, where I will be here right up until 10 a.m. And I've got lots and lots of wonderful things to play for you this morning, including a host of fantastic songs to get you moving and grooving for the rest of your Sunday and the rest of your weekend this week. I've also got some stories to read for you, some excerpts of some old children's shows, some jokes, and later on in my show, there is a very, very special guest coming in, and the special guest today is Kathy Doolan, who will be speaking all about Rhythm Time, because Kathy Doolan is the founder of Rhythm Time, so she will be speaking about all the different things that they do in their Rhythm Time classes, as well as their early years music week that they have got going on. So, if that all sounds really, really exciting, then stay tuned with me, Alex Manners, on my live Solihull Radio Children's Show, right up until 10 a.m. this morning. Well, let's get started with the theme song from that children's show that I'm going to be playing for you a bit later on in my show. And the excerpt I'm going to be playing for you is from a show called Arthur. And see if any of you remember this theme song from Arthur.
Every day when you're walking down the street, and everybody that you meet has an original point of view. And I say, hey, what a wonderful kind of day, if we can learn to work and play and get along with each other. You got to listen to your heart, listen to the beat, listen to the rhythm of the street. Open up your eyes, open up your ears, get together and make things better by working together. It's a simple message and it comes from the heart. Oh, believe in yourself, for that's the place to start. And I say, hey, what a wonderful kind of day, if we can learn to work and play and get along with each other. You got to listen to your heart, listen to the beat, listen to the rhythm of the street. Open up your eyes, open up your ears, get together and make things better by working together. It's a simple message and it comes from the heart. Oh, believe in yourself, for that's the place to start. And I say, hey, what a wonderful kind of day, if we can learn to work and play and get along with each other. What a wonderful kind of day, if we can learn to work and play and get along with each other. What a wonderful kind of day, what a wonderful kind of day.
Well, did any of you recognise that theme song? Well, if you did, then I've got some excerpts of Arthur coming up later on in my show. And also, today, Rainbow Man will be going on another wonderful, wonderful adventure with his friends. And today, Rainbow Man will be visiting Akamba, which is an African garden centre in the heart of Solihull. So that is another exciting thing that I've got coming up for you later. And don't forget, if you've got any birthday messages for me to read out on my show, or if you would like to request any of your favourite songs for me to play, then you can text in those songs or birthday messages to the studios on 075 64 30 30 64. That's 075 64 30 30 64. Or alternatively, you could email me your birthday messages or some other songs that you would like me to play to our email address, which is studio@solihullradio.com. That's studio@solihullradio.com. And as always, I will endeavour to read out your wonderful, wonderful birthday messages. And to everyone out there in Solihull today, if it's your birthday today or next week, then have a wonderful, wonderful birthday. And from me and Rainbow Man and all of our other presenters, have a fantastic, fantastic birthday. And to get my show started, before I read you one of the books that I've got to read for you today, I'm going to play for you this song all about bananas. And yes, that's right, it's a tweeny song all about bananas. So if you like bananas, then go bananas with this bananas song. Here we go.
I don't know as much as the others do. I don't even even know how to tie my shoes. Don't know where fishes sleep at night, though I'm nearly 3. I can only count right up to 5, but I know what I like to eat.
Come on! I like bananas, yellow and curly. Come on! I like bananas, custard and jelly. Banana, na 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 na. Banana, na 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 na. I like bananas, yellow and curly. Frogs and spiders eat what they like to eat. Oh yeah, yum yum! Bones for dogs are always a special treat. So even when I'm all grown up, I go to school each day. When they ask me what I'd like for lunch, I know what I'm gonna say. I love bananas, yellow and curly. I love bananas, custard and jelly. Let's go! Banana, na 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 na. Banana, na 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 na. I love bananas, yellow and curly. Long ones, short ones, sometimes they start off green. Big ones, small ones, all taste the same to me. So mash them up, or eat them whole, or put them in a pie, in a crusty bun. They're lots of fun. Now you must realize I love bananas, yellow and curly. I love bananas, custard and jelly. Let's go! Banana, na 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 na. Banana, na 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 na. I love bananas, yellow and curly. Here we go. Semolina is not for me, nah, nah, nah. Semolina is not for me, nah, nah, nah. Semolina is not for me, nah. It's a top banana. Yeah! Banana, na 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 na. Banana, na 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 na. Banana, na 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 na. Banana, na 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 na. Yummy, 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 yummy. I love bananas, yellow and curly. I love bananas, custard and jelly. Let's go! Banana, na 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 na. Banana, na 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 na. It's banana. I love bananas, yellow and curly.
Do you like bananas, boys and girls? Well, I think they're absolutely scrummy, and I may just go and have a banana when I get home. What is your favourite fruit? Well, I have to say that bananas come up there, but my favourite fruit is probably mangoes or cherries. Now I have a story to read for you, and this story is called Poggle and the Treasure, written by Michael Evans. So if you're all sitting nice and comfortably, then I shall read this story, Poggle and the Treasure, by Michael Evans. Poggle and his best friend Henry were digging a hole on the beach. "Hey," spluttered Poggle, "you're throwing sand over my head." "Whoops, sorry," said Henry. They had spent the day playing pirates. They'd made a pirate ship, eaten a pirate lunch, and fought a scary sea monster. Now they were digging for buried treasure. Clunk. "It's treasure! It's treasure!" cried Henry. Poggle scraped away the sand to reveal an egg. "Ooh," said Henry. "I wonder what's inside," said Poggle. "Come out," Henry shouted. "We want to see you." "That won't work," said Poggle. "We need to keep it warm." "I could sit on it like a hen," Henry said helpfully. "You'd break it," said Poggle. I'll fetch something cosy from home. Then we can wait for it to come out. And off he ran. Poggle lived in a small hut overlooking the sea. It was comfy and cosy and filled with his very favourite things. He found a snuggly scarf and ran back to the beach. There we are, said Poggle, wrapping the scarf around the egg. Now we just have to wait until it opens. And so they waited and waited and waited until, crack, the egg began to open. What if it's not friendly? Whispered Henry. It might have big pointed teeth, said Poggle, and sharp scratchy claws. They both began to feel a bit frightened. Crack, crack, crack. Look out, said Poggle, it's coming. Hide, said Henry, and they jumped into the sandy hole. The cracking noise continued, and then silence. Poggle nudged Henry. Have a look. No, you look, said Henry. So Poggle bravely stood up and peeked over the top of the hole. There, on the sand, sat a small creature. Well, it doesn't look scary, said Poggle. Henry stood up. Hello, what's your name? The creature didn't answer. It's only a baby, giggled Poggle. Goo goo gaga, said Henry. I bet he's hungry, said Poggle, and he ran off to get some milk from his hut. The creature sniffed it, smiled, and began to slurp. When all the milk was gone, the creature began to shuffle away. I wonder where he's going, said Henry. Let's follow him, said Poggle. But then the little thing tripped and fell down a sand dune. Oh no, cried Poggle and Henry together. Bump, bumpety bump. At the bottom of the hill, Poggle carefully lifted the creature up. Are you all right? Asked Henry. He's fine, said Poggle. Poggle slowly put the creature down on the sand, and it began to shuffle away to the sea. As soon as it got to the shore, it stood up on tiptoes and began waving. What's it doing? Asked Poggle. Henry pointed. Look, it's waving to its mummy. The creature gave them a huge smile. Then, with a splish and a splash, it was gone. He was nice, said Henry, waving. Yes, said Poggle, a real treasure. And Poggle and Henry ran back up to the beach to see what else they could find. Crack, 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 crack. And that was Poggle and the Treasure, written by Michael Evans. I hope you all really, really enjoyed listening to that wonderful, wonderful story.
You're listening to Alex Manners on the Solihull Radio Children's Show.
And I've got another story for you coming up a little bit later in my show. And the story that I'm going to be reading for you is called Make Way for Noddy, Noddy and the New Taxi. But more of that a little bit later after I play you some more groovy music to get you moving and grooving. So boys and girls, get jumping and jiving with this Reggae Rande Caribbean song, The Wheels on the Bus.
All the boys and girls them, gather round. The wheels are go round, the wheels are go round, the wheels are go round. Whoa. And the wheels go round. Yeah. The wheels on the bus go round and round, round and round, round and round. The wheels on the bus go round and round, all through the town. The wheels on the bus go round and round, round and round, round and round. The wheels on the bus go round and round, all through the town. Yeah. Now all the boys and girls, this one is a bit of a tongue twister, but follow me, follow me, follow me, follow me, Lord. The wipers on the bus go swish, 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 swish. The wipers on the bus go swish, 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 all through the town. Everybody now. The wipers on the bus go swish, 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 swish. The wipers on the bus go swish, 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 all through the town. Oh. All the boys and girls them gather round. All through the town. On the wheels go round. And the wheels keep turning. And the wheels go round. The horn on the bus go beep, beep, beep. Beep, 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 beep. The horn on the bus go beep, beep, beep. All through the town. The money on the bus go clink, clink, clink. Clink, clink, clink. Clink, clink, clink. Well, the money on the bus go clink, clink, clink. All through the town. The driver on the bus say, move on back, move on back, move on back. The driver on the bus say, move on back. All through the town. The baby on the bus go wah, wah, wah. Wah, 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 wah. The baby on the bus go wah, wah, wah. All through the town. The mommy on the bus go shush, shush, shush. Shush, 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 shush. The mommy on the bus go shush, shush, shush. All through the town. Everybody know. The wheels on the bus go round and round. Round and round, round and round. The wheels on the bus go round and round. All through the town. The wheels on the bus go round and round. Round and round, round and round. The wheels on the bus go round and round. All through the town. All the boys and girls them gather round. The wheels are go round. The wheels are go round. The wheels are go round. Yeah.
Did you enjoy all of that Caribbean music, boys and girls? Well, if you did, then listen to Rainbow Man a little bit later, where he'll be visiting the Akamba African and Caribbean Heritage and Garden Centre. So, if that sounds interesting, then you know what to do. Stay tuned with me, Alex Manners, where I will be live right up until 10 a.m. And now it's time for me to play that excerpt, the first excerpt of the children's show, Arthur, that I played you the theme tune of earlier on in my show. And this excerpt is called Arthur and the Crunch Cereal Contest. So I hope you all enjoy listening to Arthur and the Crunch Cereal Contest. Here we go.
Every day when you're walking down the street, everybody that you meet has an original point of view. And I say, hey, what a wonderful kind of day. If you could learn to work and play and get along with each other. You got to to listen to your heart, listen to the beat, listen to the rhythm of the street. Open up your eyes, open up your ears, get together and make things better by working together. It's a simple message and it comes from the heart. Oh, believe in yourself, for that's the place to start. And I say, hey, hey, what a wonderful kind of day to learn to work and play and get along with each other. Hey, what a wonderful kind of day. Hey, what a wonderful kind of day.
Hey! Hey, DW! Hey! Do you know that tune? If you said chopsticks, you're right. Now try this. London Bridge is falling down. Pretty easy. Now see if you can name this one. If you don't recognize it, it's because I made it up. I hoped it would be famous, but it wasn't. It needed a little something. A really weird, pesky little something.
Arthur in the Crunch Cereal Contest.
Hi,
Yes, sirree. On a chilly morning like this, you kids need an oatmeal that's really gonna stick to your ribs. Ta-da! How about a nice healthy portion for Mom? The baking soda must have reacted with the molasses.
Looks like we'll have to make do with store-bought cereal. Arthur, would you?
sure, Mom.
All right, but believe me, the only thing you'll get from that stuff is a mouthful of cavities.
Wow! And I thought letters only came in alphabet soup. The Crunch Cereal Jingle Contest. Send us your song about Crunch, and you could win a year's supply of Crunch cereal. Wow!
That's a prize?
And your jingle will also be aired on TV with the new Crunch cereal commercial. On TV? Cool! Include 20 box tops with each entry. Keep eating. Crunch, crunch, crunch. Maybe you should try to think of a word that rhymes with crunch, besides crunch. I'm waiting for an idea. How about dense? That sort of rhymes with crunch. You can't just think of things that rhyme, DW. A jingle has to be the perfect combination of words with the perfect melody. You're too young to understand great art. Hey, how about lunch? Lunch? Mom! Too sad. Too silly. I guess it will do.
Arthur, snowball fight. The fourth graders captured Francine. They're gonna give her the powdered donut treatment. Come on! This way. How's that jingle coming?
I've pretty much finished the words. It goes, eat, crunch.
I like it.
But no matter how hard I try, I can't think of a tune.
You know what you need? A band.
Maybe you're right. All I need to do is...
All you need to do is stand still so I can pulverize you. Francine, we were looking all over for you. Because you two spent all your time yakking, I got the cream puff torture as well as the powdered donut treatment. And
Hey, Francine, want to be the drummer in my band?
a band? Sure.
Guess I should have taken those lessons.
Next!
all night long.
Cool.
Solo for clarinet by some old dead dude. Kershaw, listing number 417.
Wow, Binky, that was beautiful.
You want to make something out of it?
I think we have our band. I wanted to start off with a bang, so I think everyone should play a really loud note, and then all. What if we... Does someone have a question? I didn't see anybody raise their hand. Yes, Francine? I just thought it might be nice to start off with a drum roll. I don't think so.
Yeah, and then the brain and I can come in with the strings. And then we'll add the horns.
No! Stop! I've got the entry form. I've eaten 15 boxes of Crunch, and this is my jingle! So we're gonna play it my way! Any questions? Well, maybe that was too much of a bang, but I think it's a good start.
Arthur, what was that noise? It could be heard a mile away.
Sorry, we'll try to keep it down. We're rehearsing a jingle. Hey, wait! Where are you going? Maybe we should come back when you have an actual tune for us to play.
Most unprofessional.
It is kind of hard on the ears.
Where's everyone going? We'll come up with a tune. That's what you're here for.
Come on, Arthur. I'll buy you a milkshake.
No thanks. I have work to do.
Maybe you should give it a rest for a while.
Did Mozart give it a rest? Did the guy who wrote Ring Around the Rosie give it a rest? I don't think so, Buster. Eat Crunch. I'll never come up with anything.
Stay still, Nadine. Oh, I have a hunch. Breakfast, dinner, and lunch would be so fun to munch if I had it with Nadine.
That's it. It's perfect. Perfect.
He's lost his cookies, Nadine. Too much of that cereal.
I've got it, Buster. I've got the jingle. Listen to this. Oh, I have a hunch. Breakfast, dinner, and lunch would be so fun to munch if I had it with Crunch.
That was fantastic. How did you come up with it?
I was sitting in the living room when I heard this tune.
Yeah? So?
In my head. And then the words just came to me, that's all.
Wow. I guess that's how a great jingle is born. Nothing, and then poof! Out of nowhere, something beautiful.
I gotta go mail this. The deadline's tomorrow.
Oh, watch it, you maniac! You want to end up a pile of roadkill?
Sorry, DW.
Nadine and I were just talking about you, and we've decided that you need to eat more fruit. Here.
Thanks. I have to go.
Oh! Is that the jingle for the contest?
This? Oh, yes, I suppose it is.
So, let's hear it.
Oh, munch, crunch, snap, pop, this. Something like that. Gotta run. DW, where
DW! DW, are you all right? Here.
The Bionic Bunny Show! We'll be right back after these messages. Oh, I have a hunch breakfast and lunch would be so much fun to munch if I had it with crunch.
This commercial isn't as good as the old one. DW, I can explain everything. Hey, get away from the TV.
Breakfast is ready, kids. You're gonna love this stuff. One bowl and you won't be hungry till dinner. Who could that be?
Is this the Reed residence?
Yes?
On behalf of the Crunch Cereal Company, I am happy to present you with a year's supply of Crunch cereal. And a certificate proclaiming the winner of the Crunch Cereal Jingle Contest, Miss D.W. Reed.
Me? And I started to feel bad, and I realized I had to put your name on it since it was your song. I was going to tell you, but I was waiting for the right time. You aren't mad, are you? You sent that crummy thing in? I have much better songs than that. Oh, right. Like the one I wrote this morning. Oh, everyone thinks that my brother stinks like a piece of yellow cheese. But me, I say that he's okay as long as there's a breeze. Mom!
You're listening to Alex Manners on the Solihull Radio Children's Show.
Why did the music teacher need a ladder? To get to the high notes. And here is a Disney song from Pocahontas called Colours of the Wind.
You think I'm an ignorant savage, and you've been so many places, I guess it must be so. But still I cannot see if the savage one is me. How can there be so much that you don't know? You don't know. You think you own whatever land you land on. The earth is just a dead thing you can claim. But I know every rock and tree and creature has a life, has a spirit, has a name. You think the only people who are the people who look and think like you. But if you walk the footsteps of a stranger, you'll learn things you never knew, never knew. Have you ever heard the wolf cry to the blue corn moon, or ask the grinning bobcat why he grinned? Can you sing with all the voices of the mountain? Can you paint with all the colors of the wind? Can you paint with all the colors of the wind? Come run the hidden pine trails of the forest. Come taste the sun-sweet berries of the earth. Come roll in all the riches all around you, and for once never wonder what they're worth. The rainstorm and the river are my brothers. The heron and the otter are my friends, and we are all connected to each other in a circle, in a hoop that never ends. How high does the sycamore grow? If you cut it down, then you'll never know. And you'll never hear the wolf cry to the blue You can own the earth and still all you'll own is earth until you can paint with all the colors of the wind.
That was Colours of the Wind from the Disney film Pocahontas. And are you ready, all now, to go on an adventure with Rainbow Man and his friends? Well, if you're ready, then buckle up and get ready to go to the Akamba Heritage and Garden Centre with Rainbow Man. So, if you're ready, here we go.
He is here, he is there, Rainbow Man is everywhere. Seek him here, seek him there, see him in his rainbow chair. Hello, Rainbow Man. I wonder where you are going today. Rainbow Man stands up from his chair and starts jumping up and down. You look very excited there, Rainbow Man. Rainbow Man nods his head. Well, Rainbow Man, do you know where you will be going today? Rainbow Man shakes his head. Today, you will be visiting a garden centre. But not just any garden centre, as today you will be visiting a Caribbean garden centre called Akamba. Rainbow Man starts to cheer, woohoo! Right, time for an adventure, off we go. Rainbow Man zooms up in his chair and starts swirling around with lots of colourful swirls. Swirling here, swirling there, Rainbow Man goes everywhere. Rainbow Man appears outside Akamba Garden Centre, also known as Akamba Heritage Centre. You have arrived at Akamba, Rainbow Man. You will love it here, as they have lots of different things that we can do and areas for us to explore. As Rainbow Man walks into Akamba, he passes a giraffe and a gorilla. Those animals are made of metal, Rainbow Man. They are made in a country called Kenya, which is in Africa, from recycled metals. Shall we see how many other animals we can spot in Europe's first metal zoo? Rainbow Man goes and explores Akamba, stomping around, pretending to be a big gorilla. Stomping here, stomping there, Rainbow Man stomps everywhere. You're funny, Rainbow Man. Have you spotted any more metal animals? Rainbow Man has spotted a rhino, a crocodile and a buffalo. Look, Rainbow Man, there is an elephant. After spotting all of the animals and seeing all of the plants, Rainbow Man comes to a big room with lots of tables and chairs. This is the tribe eatery, where they serve Caribbean food. Suddenly, someone taps Rainbow Man on the shoulder. He turns around and sees Giddy Gordon. Hello, Giddy Gordon. What are you doing here? Giddy Gordon tells Rainbow Man to come and sit down with him, as he is having breakfast. I wonder what Giddy Gordon is having for breakfast, Rainbow Man. Giddy Gordon has ordered a full Caribbean breakfast. I'm sure the English breakfast would be nice, but I bet the Caribbean breakfast will be even tastier, especially as you may not have tried some of the foods before. Giddy Gordon has already ordered his breakfast, so Rainbow Man goes up and orders a full Caribbean breakfast for himself. When it arrives, the Caribbean breakfast looks scrummy. Wow, look at all those yummy things, including plantain. After eating breakfast and letting the food go down, Giddy Gordon wants to take Rainbow Man to the beach. Listen to that, Rainbow Man, they have a beach here. Rainbow Man starts to cheer, woohoo! How do we get to the beach, Giddy Gordon? Giddy Gordon tells Rainbow Man that they have to go back past the plants and some more animal sculptures to get to the beach, so off they go. There is another animal sculpture, Rainbow Man. It's a hyena. Giddy Gordon spots Grumpy Doug looking at the plants in the distance and goes and hides behind one of the gorilla sculptures. I wonder why Giddy Gordon is hiding. Let's wait and see. As Grumpy Doug approaches, Giddy Gordon jumps out from behind the gorilla. He starts jumping up and down like a gorilla and making gorilla noises. That was very funny, Giddy Gordon. You're pretending to be a gorilla just like Rainbow Man was earlier. Grumpy Doug looks very cross. I don't think Grumpy Doug found that funny, Giddy Gordon. He thinks it was a very silly thing to do. Giddy Gordon asks Grumpy Doug if he would like to come to the beach. The beach will be really fun, Grumpy Doug. Grumpy Doug says that he does not want to come and play at the beach as he does not like sand. Why don't you like sand, Grumpy Doug? Grumpy Doug does not like sand as it gets all in his shoes and socks. Okay, Grumpy Doug, well, goodbye. As they approach the beach, Rainbow Man can see some children playing in the sand, as well as some people sitting on deck chairs. Come on then, Rainbow Man, let's go and play in the sand and build some sandcastles. Rainbow Man and Giddy Gordon have a great time playing in the sand and making sandcastles. What have you made there, Rainbow Man? Rainbow Man is trying to make some sand animals and has made a sand lion. That's a very good lion, Rainbow Man. Talking about animals, would you like to go and see some real animals? Rainbow Man nods his head. Would you like to come and see some animals with us, Giddy Gordon? Giddy Gordon shakes his head as he wants to carry on playing on the beach. Goodbye, Giddy Gordon. Rainbow Man waves to Giddy Gordon, and Giddy Gordon waves back. Now we are going to go and explore the African bird walk and the reptile house. Rainbow Man wonders what kind of birds and animals we will see. We will see lots of birds and reptiles from all over Africa. So, Rainbow Man goes back past the plants and some more metal animals until he is outside the African bird walk. He goes inside and can see lots of birds flying around above him. Duck, Rainbow Man, that bird is flying a bit too low. Rainbow Man ducks and the bird lands on a branch behind him. I wonder what type of bird that was. If you look on your checklist, you may be able to see which type of bird it was. Rainbow Man looks on his checklists and finds out that the bird is a purple glossy starling. Can you see that yellow bird up there? What type of bird is that? Rainbow Man has another look at his checklist and can see that the yellow bird is a golden song sparrow. There is a funny looking bird over here. It looks like it has really spiky hair. After spotting most of the birds on the checklist, Rainbow Man goes out of the African bird walk and into the reptile house. There are lots of animals in here. There are frogs, snakes and chameleons. Rainbow Man then spots some giant tortoise. Look how big they are, Rainbow Man. Would you like to hold any of the animals, Rainbow Man? Rainbow Man shakes his head. He just feels like looking at them today. After Rainbow Man has finished looking at all of the animals, he decides that he has looked at everything he wants to, and that he would like to go back home. We can go home if you like, Rainbow Man, but as we walk back to the car park, I will show you some of the exotic plants that they have here at Akamba. As Rainbow Man is walking towards the car park, he goes past lots of plants, and even more metal animals. Look at these plants, Rainbow Man. They are cabbage palms. They have very furry trunks, don't they? Rainbow Man is intrigued by these plants, as he has never seen plants with such furry trunks before. We are back outside Akamba now, Rainbow Man. It's time to go. Colourful swirls appear, and Rainbow Man starts swirling around with them. Swirling here, swirling there. Rainbow Man goes everywhere. Rainbow Man appears back at home in his rainbow chair. What an adventure! You had a great time today at Akamba. Rainbow Man starts to cheer, woohoo! What did you enjoy the most, Rainbow Man? Rainbow Man says that he really enjoyed everything about the day, especially spotting all of the metal animals. I wonder where you will go on your adventure next time, Rainbow Man. Rainbow Man shrugs his shoulders. Well, goodbye, Rainbow Man. See you next time.
And don't forget, boys and girls, if you'd like to listen to that story of Rainbow Man again and listen to his adventure at Akamba, then you can head down to YouTube to the Rainbow Man Children's Channel, where you'll be able to listen to that story again and all the other stories and adventures that Rainbow Man has been on during other weeks and other Sundays, where I've been reading other stories of Rainbow Man visiting different places in and around our local area. And now, here are some more songs to get you moving and grooving.
If I were a rich man with $1 million or $2 million, I lived in a penthouse in a room
And if I were handsome, it could happen, 'cause dreams do come true. I wouldn't have nothing if I didn't have you. Wouldn't have nothing if I didn't have. Wouldn't have nothing if I didn't have. Wouldn't have nothing. For years I have envied your grace and your charm. Everyone loves you, you know. Yes, I know, I know, I know. But I must admit it, big guy, you always come through. I wouldn't have nothing if I didn't have you. You and me together, it's how it always should be. One without the other don't mean nothing to me. Nothing to me. Yes, I wouldn't be nothing if I didn't have you to serve. I'm just a punky little eyeball with an ugly little optic nerve. Hey, I never told you this, but you know, sometimes I get a little blue. I wouldn't have nothing if I didn't have you. Dance with me. I wouldn't have nothing if I didn't have you. I wouldn't know where to go, wouldn't know what to do. I don't have to say it, 'cause we both know it's true. I wouldn't have nothing if I didn't have. I wouldn't have nothing if I didn't have. I wouldn't have nothing if I didn't have you. Wouldn't have nothing if I didn't have you.
I'm not meant to play this part. Now I see that if I were truly to be myself, I would break my family's heart. Who is that girl I see staring straight back at me? Why is my
Later on in my show, I'll be having a very, very special guest. And the special guest this week is Kathy Doolan, who is the founder of Rhythm Time. And Rhythm Time began back in 1995. And today, over 11,000 children enjoy their classes every single week. Their classes are run by franchises, delivering top-notch and award-winning music classes throughout the country. And today, I'll be talking to Kathy about their Early Years Music Week, as they are delighted to be launching their very first National Early Years Music Week this January. The national event will raise awareness and celebrate the amazing benefits that music and singing can bring to children in their early years. During this special week, the Rhythm Time classes will be full of extra special, fun activities that help demonstrate the wonderful benefits of music. And did you know that music is the only activity that stimulates and activates every part of your baby's brain? Well, that is very, very interesting. And if you head down to the Rhythm Time website, then you can find out more about their Early Years Music Week and all of their wonderful classes. And they also have a Facebook and a Twitter page that you can go and find out more about Rhythm Time and the wonderful, wonderful classes that they put on, and all about their Early Years Music Week. And if you fancy visiting the place that Rainbow Man had his adventure today, which was the Akamba Heritage Centre, then you can head down to the Akamba Heritage Centre, which is located on Tithe Barn Lane in Shirley, Solihull, and they have some new winter opening hours. So if you fancy going and visiting Akamba, then they are open Wednesdays to Sundays from 9 a.m. until 5 p.m. And they have lots and lots of wonderful things there. They have a bird walk and a reptile house. They have lots and lots of exotic plants and big, giant animals that you can go and explore. And they have a wonderful, wonderful cafe where you can get a lovely Caribbean breakfast or a lovely bite to eat. So if that sounds interesting, then you can head down to Akamba in Shirley. And now it's time for me to play another excerpt of Arthur. And this excerpt is called Arthur Locked in the Library. So I hope you all enjoy this excerpt of Arthur and Locked in the Library. Here we go.
Every day when you're walking down the street, everybody that you meet has an original point of view. And I say, hey, what a wonderful kind of day. If you can learn to work and play and get along with each other. You got to listen to your heart, listen to the beat, listen to the rhythm of the street. Open up your eyes, open up your ears, get together and make things better by working together. It's a simple message and it comes from the heart. Oh, believe in yourself, for that's the place to start. And I say, hey, what a wonderful kind of day. You can learn to work and play and get along with each other. Hey, what a wonderful kind of day. Hey, what a wonderful kind of day.
Hey! Hey, TW! Hey!
Whoa! Sorry, Arthur!
The thing about Francine is, it's hard to get mad at her. Except for Buster, she's practically my best friend, ever since the day we met.
Arthur, this is Francine. She's our new neighbor.
And she's always stuck by me. No matter what, I can always count on Francine.
Arthur Reed! Did you tell everyone I looked like a marshmallow?
Yeah, don't you remember? When she was wearing that goofy sweater. So, what do you want to do about it?
You better apologize or
what?
Or you're gonna get it.
This is all your fault.
My fault? You're the one who called her a marshmallow.
Oh. This is your final warning.
Because you're in big trouble, and I mean big. Ooh, I think that's a skull and crossbones.
Attention, please. Mr. Baxter, perhaps you could be persuaded to take your seat. What makes a hero or heroine? And are you born with these characteristics, or are they something you develop? Anyway, that is the question I want you to think about over the weekend.
Aww.
Prepare an oral report on the hero or heroine of your choice. You'll be working in pairs that I will assign.
Aww.
Binky, I've paired you with Sue Ellen. Muffy, you'll be working with Buster.
What? No way!
And Arthur with Francine.
Nice knowing you.
He did what?
Who are you talking to?
Francine. Uh-huh. He should talk. You should see what he looks like in pajamas.
Give me the phone.
Okay, I'll tell him bye. She says she'll meet you at the library tomorrow at 3 o'clock. But don't say one single word to her, because she's not speaking to you. Worm.
Hello, Arthur. Francine was just telling me about your
report on heroes.
Of course. What sort of hero are you looking for?
Well, maybe a man. A woman. Or a woman who did something famous.
Well, Arthur, why don't you start with Joan of Arc? Horses, battles, exciting stuff. That's downstairs. Francine, you could look into Harriet Tubman. You'll find her upstairs. But don't forget, the library closes promptly at...
We know, 5 o'clock.
The library is now closing.
Miss Turner?
It's only a library! It's only a library! It's only a library!
Hello? Is anyone there? Ah! You! Arthur, why didn't you tell me what time it was? You got us locked in.
Me? Why didn't you say what time it was?
I'm not your mother, Arthur Reed. I mean, how dumb does a person have to be to get locked in the library? Anyway, I have no time for childish bickering. I have to get out of here.
Fine.
Fine. And by the way, I'm still not talking to you. And I'm not listening either. Ow!
I was almost there. I just remembered something.
What?
Today is Saturday, which means the library is closed until...
Monday! Monday!
Oh, great. Well, I guess I can live without food.
But our families will be worried sick.
Poor Arthur. Hope he's okay. And make sure you get rid of that Bionic Bunny poster. Maybe not.
Wait a minute, I've got it!
Are you nuts? How is a book going to help us?
How to escape from prison, how to escape from a desert island. Aha! How to escape from a library.
Hurry up!
It's not here. Somebody must have checked it out.
Francine!
Who would need a book on escaping from a library unless they were already in a library? Oh! Arthur, you were supposed to hold me up. Now my ears are ringing.
Mine too.
The telephone! Ha! Hello?
Hello, Miss Turner? This is Muffy Crosswire. I didn't have a chance to get to the library today.
Muffy, thank goodness you called.
I was wondering if you could bring me some books that I need.
Muffy, listen, it's me.
Francine? Sorry, I must have dialed the wrong number.
What did you do? How could you let her hang up?
Keep your shirt on. I'm calling my mom.
To dial out, you must enter the correct user code. Please hang up and try again. To dial out...
Okay, we're doomed.
You're such a wimp.
And you're a bossy know-it-all. Marshmallow.
That does it, Arthur Reed. If I have to spend the weekend here, I'm not spending it with you.
Fine with me. See if I care. Francine? 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 What happened to you? Francine! Don't worry! I'm coming! Are you okay?
Of course I'm okay.
Don't scare me like that! I was afraid you were hurt or something.
Why were you worried about me? I'm just a marshmallow, remember?
What? What about when I got glasses? You called me Four Eyes.
Wait a minute. You were worried about me?
Of course. And how about when my baby tooth wouldn't come out?
Arthur?
You said I wasn't allowed to... What?
You want some pizza?
Where are we anyway?
It must be where the librarians hang out. Hey, let's get locked in here every weekend.
This is the best. No chores, no homework, no... DW!
You're in big trouble.
Arthur, Francine, thank goodness. I don't know how this could have happened.
Are you all right?
We were so worried.
They look perfectly fine to me.
Oh, sure there were ghosts, but they didn't bother us.
Except for the one with no head, right, Francine?
So who'd you do your report on?
Report?
And so, it is not an exaggeration to say that without Edward M. Crosswire, there would be no Elwood City as we know it.
Buster, do you have anything to add?
No.
That brings us to Arthur and Francine.
We really didn't get a chance to do a real report.
Because we were too busy learning the real meaning of heroism. When we were locked in the library, it might have been really terrible. And at first it was, because we were fighting and everything. But then Arthur came to rescue me because he thought I was in danger.
And Francine was really brave and found out where the food was. And she saved me some pizza.
That's very good. I think you learned something important. So I'll give you until next weekend to do your report.
I hate to say it, but Francine's not so bad.
She's a lot of fun.
Sorry!
Most of the time.
Why was Cinderella no good at football? Because her coach was a pumpkin. And here's a Tweenie song, one of my favourites, right here, right now. So boys and girls, get moving and grooving to this song.
You looking lonely? Is there someone that you can count on? If you need somebody, I'll always be there. I come running to you, no doubt in my mind that if you call, you'll find you've got friends who stand by you. That's what friends are for. You just call on me, and you will never be alone. So just call on me. I'm waiting by the telephone. If you call on me, I'll never let you down. It's you and me, right here, right now. Hey there, you are that special. I know that we'll be friends forever. Can we talk about things that no one else will know? I'm gonna make a promise that I will never go. Just call on me, and you will never be alone. So just call on me. I'm waiting by the telephone. If you call on me, I'll never let you down. It's you and me, right here, right now. No doubt in my mind that if you call, you'll find you've got friends who stand by you. That's what friends are for. You just call on me, and you will never be alone. So just call on me. I'm waiting by the telephone. If you call on me, I'll never let you down. It's you and me, right here, right now.
That was the Tweenies, and right here, right now. And I hope you really enjoyed that song. And don't forget, if you have any birthday messages that you would like to text in, or you would like to request one of your favourite children's songs, then you can text those in to 075 64 30 30 64. That's 075 64 30 30 64. Or alternatively, you could email in any birthday messages or any of your favourite songs that you would like me to play to studio@solihullradio.com. That's studio@solihullradio.com. And as always, I will endeavour to play your favourite children's songs and read out your birthday messages. Well, I've got some facts to read for you now, and these facts are all about another type of food, because last week I was telling you all about pasta, because I saw a very, very interesting programme on CBeebies, where they were making lots and lots of different foods from all around the world. And I made some Irish box tea for my dinner one week, which was a little potato pancake with some corned beef and an egg on top. And this week, I'm going to be making another recipe from that CBeebies show. And the recipe that I'm going to be making this week is Welsh Glamorgan sausages, which look really, really yummy. But the facts I'm going to read for you today are all about sandwiches. So here we go with 7 fun, fabulous, and fascinating facts all about sandwiches. So, fun, fascinating, and fabulous fact number 1 is that it was the 4th Earl who gave his name to sandwiches, supposedly through his habit of ordering meat between slices of bread when he was too busy for lunch. So, now you know who gave his name to sandwiches and where the name sandwiches comes from. Fun, fascinating fact number 2 is that the South Sandwich Islands in the South Atlantic are also named after the man who gave his name to the sandwich. And fun, fascinating fact number 3 is that the British spend £7.5 billion a year on sandwiches. Wow, that's a lot of money spent on sandwiches. People must be eating a lot of sandwiches. Fun, fascinating fact number 4 is that, according to a survey by Lurpak, the most common lunch for office workers is a cheese sandwich. Ham sandwiches and chicken sandwiches come next in popularity. Well, my favourite sandwich is a ham salad sandwich, or I do like egg mayonnaise sandwiches. Fun, fascinating fact number 5 is that on average, in the UK, 6 chicken sandwiches are eaten every second. Fun, fascinating fact number 6 is that the average American will have eaten 1,500 peanut butter and jelly sandwiches by the time they leave school. And fun, fascinating fact number 7 is that the verb to sandwich is 200 years old. It was first used in 1815 to mean to have a light meal. So, when people used to say to sandwich, they were having a light meal, such as lunch. And now, people eat sandwiches all over the world for their lunch. Well, I hope you enjoy listening to those fun, fascinating and fabulous facts. And now, you can get moving and grooving to Hands Up by Justin Fletcher.
Hands up, you can hold your hands up high.
Hey, how you doing? There's a party starting here. Won't you come and join the ride? Cause we wanna get together. Hey, everybody, you'll be part of the gang. Gonna dance like crazy. So let's dance. Keep it working, let us see those moves. Clap your hands, stamp your feet. Come on! Hands up, you can hold your hands up. Gotta put your hands up. Come on, hold your hands up high. Hands up, you can hold your hands up. Gotta put your hands up. See if you can reach for the sky. Hey, how you doing? Move your body over here. Gonna shake, shake, wiggle, wiggle, all together. Hey, everybody, now's the time to have some fun. Who can shout the loudest? So let's dance. Keep it working, let us see those moves. Clap your hands, stamp your feet. Cause we're here to have a party. Hands up, you can hold your hands up. Gotta put your hands up. Come on, hold your hands up high. Hands up, you can hold your hands up. Gotta put your hands up. See if you can reach for the sky. Hands up, you can hold your hands up. Gotta put your hands up. Come on, hold your hands up high. Hands up, you can hold your hands up. Gotta put your hands up. See if you can reach for the sky. Can hold your hands up, gotta put your hands up. Come on, hold your hands up high. Hands up, you can hold your hands up. Gotta put your hands up. See if you can reach for the sky. Hands up, you can hold your hands up. Gotta put your hands up. Come on, hold your hands up high. Hands up, you can hold your hands up. Gotta put your hands up. See if you can reach for the sky. Hands up.
don't know why, but I've always loved the idea of summer and sun and all things hot.
Really? I'm guessing you don't have much experience with heat.
Nope. But sometimes I like to close my eyes and imagine what it'd be like when summer does come. Bees will buzz, kids will blow dandelion fuzz, and I'll be doing whatever snow does in summer. A drink in my hand, my snow up against the burning sand, probably getting gorgeously tanned in summer. I'll finally see a summer breeze blow away a winter storm, and find out what happens to solid water when it gets warm. And I can't wait to see what my buddies all think of me. Just imagine how much cooler I'll be in summer. Da-da-da-do. Ah-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-boo. The hot and the cold are both so intense. Put them together, it just makes sense. Ra-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-da-da-da-da-do. Winter's a good time to stay in and cuddle, but put me in summer and I'll be a happy snowman. When life gets rough, I like to hold on to my dream of relaxing in the summer sun, just letting off steam. Oh, the sky will be blue, and you guys will be there too, when I finally do what frozen things do in summer.
I'm gonna tell him.
Don't you dare.
In summer.
Now, it's time for me to read another story, and if you're all sitting comfortably, then I will read you a Noddy story called Make Way for Noddy, Noddy and the New Taxi. But before I read you the story, can anyone name me any of the characters in Noddy? Well, we have Noddy, we have Big Ears, we have Mr. Plod the policeman, Dinah Doll, Jumbo the elephant, and we have the two naughty goblins, Sly and Gobbo. And don't forget Tessie Bear and Bumpy Dog. So here we go with Make Way for Noddy and the New Taxi. It was a busy morning in Toy Town. What would I do without you, Noddy? Said Dinah Doll. You run the best taxi service in Toy Town. Noddy laughed. I run the only taxi service in Toy Town. If there were 100 others, I'd still choose yours, Dinah declared. I like to drive my car. I drive it near and far. Oh, I'm the best by far. Yes, I'm a taxi star, Noddy sang, as he polished a speck of dust off his car. Then he heard the Toy Town clock. Noon. Time to pick up Mr. Wobbly Man. Noddy was driving into the square, when all of a sudden, a strange bicycle taxi strundled to a halt ahead of him. It belonged to Sly and Gobbo, the two bad goblins. Oh no, gasped Noddy, as Mr. Wobbly Man rolled into the strange taxi. You're not the only taxi in Toy Town now, sneered Gobbo. Mr. Wobbly Man leaned out of the goblin's taxi. I'm sorry, Noddy, but the goblins were here first, and they're giving me a free ride. That's all right, Mr. Wobbly Man, called Noddy. Enjoy your ride. Big Ears arrived as Noddy was puzzling over why the goblins would want to give free rides. Did you see that strange-looking bicycle taxi? Noddy asked him. Yes, replied Big Ears. Those goblins are up to something. I don't think so, said Noddy. They just want to give taxi rides, like I do. Big Ears was still not happy. You watch out for those goblins, Noddy. I will, replied Noddy. But I'm sure there's nothing to worry about. Noddy drove on through Toy Town. Ah, there's Mr. Skittle. She wants me to give her a lift, he cried. But before he could stop, Sly and Gobbo screeched up in front of him. Need a lift, lady? Yelled Gobbo. Mrs. Skittle hesitated. It's free, he cooed. How could she possibly say no? Hey, that's twice a day you've stolen my passengers, Noddy shouted at the two chortling goblins. You may be cheaper, but I'm better, Noddy boasted. My little car can take passengers faster than you could ever in that bicycle thing. Noddy's right, said Mrs. Skittle, and she jumped out of the goblin's bicycle taxi and into Noddy's car. The goblin's ride may be free, she said, but I need to get to Mr. Straw's farm fast. Parp, parp! Noddy beeped his horn and grinned at the scowling goblins as he drove off. Our free rides were meant to stop people using Noddy's taxi service, moaned Gobbo. So we would be the only taxi in Toy Town, and then we could charge 3 times as much. It was a brilliant idea, groaned Sly. But it won't work. Noddy's taxi will always be faster. We have to think of another plan, said Gobbo. That'll be hard, sighed Sly. Noddy has a car, and we don't. Gobbo's eyes lit up. That's it. We get rid of Noddy's car. Then we'll really be the only taxi service in Toy Town. Late that night, the 2 goblins were creeping towards Noddy's garage. Hurry! Get the door open quick, before someone spots us, whispered Gobbo. Sly and Gobbo could just see Noddy's shiny car in the gloom of the garage. Now, hissed Gobbo, as he threw a small bag at the engine. Whoosh! A powdery cloud showered down on Noddy's car. Noddy's going to get a big surprise. They sniggered as they slipped away. Next morning, Noddy jumped into his car and drove off, eager to start work. Screech! The car suddenly lurched to a halt, whirling around and zoomed off again. Help! Yelled Noddy. The car seems to have a mind of its own. He couldn't stop it. No matter how hard Noddy tried, the car would not drive straight. It drove in crazy circles, knocked over lampposts, crashed against benches, and frightened everyone. Halt! Ordered Mr. Plod, stepping into the road, but the car drove straight at him. Just in the nick of time, screech! The car came to a sudden stop. Mr. Plod was very angry. Noddy, that was very dangerous, he shouted. But it wasn't me, it was my car, Noddy cried. I tried to stop, but I couldn't, said Noddy. Honestly, Mr. Plod. Said Mr. Plod, but I'm still taking you and your car to jail. It will be a long time before you can give anyone else a taxi ride. This is the only taxi in Toy Town. Who wants a ride? Shouted Sly and Gobbo. With Noddy and his car locked up, they were putting their plan into action. They skidded to a halt next to Mr. Skittle. Where to, lady? Asked Gobbo. Home, please, says Mrs. Skittle. That'll be 6 coins, please, Gobbo demanded. 6! Mrs. Skittle was shocked. Noddy only charges 2. Well, Noddy's in jail, Gobbo sneered. So, if you want a ride, we're it. Cough up the coins, lady. Mrs. Skittle had to pay the goblins what they wanted. But it wasn't me, wailed Noddy to Big Ears, who had hurried round to the jail. It was the car. It went crazy. I couldn't stop it, truly. Mr. Plod frowned, but Mr. Sparks had looked at the car, and there was nothing wrong with it. Perhaps, says Big Ears, it's a different sort of problem. Noddy and Mr. Plod looked puzzled. Big Ears took a long sniff at Noddy's car. Aha! Just as I guessed. Someone's put a magic spell on it, he cried. It's a silly spell, explained Big Ears. It makes things act in a crazy way. Can you get rid of it? Noddy asked. No, said Big Ears. Only the person who made the spell can take it off. Now, Noddy, who would want you out of the way? Big Ears asked. Noddy thought for a moment. Sly and Gobbo. With me out of the way, they'd have the only taxi in Toy Town, said Noddy. You may be right, Noddy, said Big Ears. Let's see. He sprinkled a fine dust over the car, chanting, Leaf of oak and foxglove seed, hazelnut and blade of grass, make the culprits of this deed appear before us at ice speed. Hey, what's happening? Yelled the 2 goblins, as an invisible force dragged them backwards, towards the police station. Pedal, Sly! Pedal! Shouted Gobbo. They both pedalled like mad, but Big Ears' magic was too strong. Here they come, said Big Ears, as the goblins whizzed across the road and crashed into the police station. Ooh, gasped the goblins, tumbling out of the wreck. Mr. Plod grabbed each of them at once. Don't tell him anything, Sly, warned Gobbo. Don't worry, I won't tell them we put a spell on Noddy's. Oops. Sly clamped a hand over his mouth, but it was too late. I knew it, said Mr. Plod. Now, you bad goblins, take that spell off at once, he barked. The goblins had to do what they were told. You're Toy Town's only taxi service again, Noddy, said Big Ear, smiling. Yes, and I'll always be the best, grinned Noddy, as he drove off to pick up his next passenger. I like to drive my car. I drive it near and far. The horn is sharp, it goes pop pop, and I'm the best by far. Yes, I'm a taxi star. You're listening to Alex Manners on the Solihull Radio Children's Show.
How about a party song? Get ready for the Hokey Cokey! You put your left arm in, your left arm out. In, out, you shake it all about. You do the hokey cokey and you turn around. That's what it's all about. Whoa, the hokey cokey. Whoa, the hokey cokey. Whoa, the hokey cokey. Knees bent, arms stretched, rah, rah, rah. You put your right arm in, your right arm out. In, out, you shake it all about. You do the hokey cokey and you turn around. That's what it's all about. Whoa, the hokey cokey. Whoa, the hokey cokey. Whoa, the hokey cokey. Knees bent, arms stretched, rah, rah, rah. You put your left leg in, your left leg out. In, out, you shake it all about. You do the hokey cokey and you turn around. That's what it's all about. Whoa, the hokey cokey. Whoa, the hokey cokey. Whoa, the hokey cokey. Knees bent, arms stretched, rah, rah, rah. You put your right leg in, your right leg out. In, out, you shake it all about. You do the hokey cokey and you turn around. That's what it's all about. Whoa, the hokey cokey. Whoa, the hokey cokey. Whoa, the hokey cokey. Knees bent, arms stretched, rah, rah, rah. You put your whole self in, your whole self out. In, out, you shake it all about. You do the hokey cokey and you turn around. That's what it's all about. Whoa, the hokey cokey. Whoa, the hokey cokey. Whoa, the hokey cokey. Knees bent, arms stretched, rah, rah, rah. Cokey. Whoa, the hokey cokey. Whoa, the hokey cokey. Knees bent, arms stretched, rah, rah, rah. Whoa, the hokey cokey. Whoa, the hokey cokey. Whoa, the hokey cokey. Knees bent, arms stretched, rah, rah, rah. That's what it's all about. Yay! It's Old MacDonald's farm! Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. And on that farm he had some cows, E-I-E-I-O. With a moo-moo here and a moo-moo there. Here a moo, there a moo, everywhere a moo-moo. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. And now Old MacDonald has got some sheep on his farm. So get ready everyone to go. Nah. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. And on that farm he had some sheep, E-I-E-I-O. With a bar here and a bar there. Here a bar, there a bar, everywhere a bar. Moo-moo here and a moo-moo there. Here a moo, there a moo, everywhere a moo-moo. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. And now Old MacDonald has got some ducks on his farm. So get ready to do some quacking, everyone. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. And on that farm he had some ducks, E-I-E-I-O. With a quack quack here and a quack quack there. Here a quack, there a quack, everywhere a quack, quack. Ba ba here and a ba ba there. Here a ba, there a ba, everywhere a ba ba. Moo moo here and a moo moo there. Here a moo, there a moo, everywhere a moo moo. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. Hey, what's this? Old MacDonald has bought some chickens for his farm. So get ready everyone to go. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. And on that farm he had some chickens, E-I-E-I-O. With a cluck cluck here and a cluck cluck there. Here a cluck, there a cluck, everywhere a cluck cluck. Quack quack here and a quack quack there. Here a quack, there a quack, everywhere a quack quack. Ba ba here and a ba ba there. Here a ba, there a ba, everywhere a ba ba. Moo moo here and a moo moo there. Here a moo, there a moo, everywhere a moo moo. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I. Oh.
Well, I hope you enjoyed those songs, boys and girls, because we've got some more of those wonderful, wonderful songs coming up later on in my show. And I can now tell you that I'm joined in the studio by Kathy Doolan, the founder of Rhythm Time. Hello, Kathy. How are you? Hello, Alex. Are you okay this morning? Yes, I'm feeling great. Nice to meet you. Yes. Well, it's great to have you in the studio. And we're going to be talking all about Rhythm Time and your early years music week. So just to get started, what sort of gave you the inspiration to start Rhythm Time? I know you started it back in, I think it was 1995?
I started Rhythm Time in Solihull, 1995, long time ago. And we're still going to this very day. I started because my background as a music teacher, I was really interested in how music could help children develop. And I know we started in 1995 because you came along to my classes, Alex.
Yes, well, my mum, I remember, well, I was about 2 when I came to your classes, and my mum tells me that she used to bring me along. So that was quite a long time ago. That must have been in about 1990. Well, I was born in 1996, so it must have been 1998 when I used to come down.
So you were one of my first pupils, which is...
So I must have been one of your first...
prodigies.
Yes, yes.
Fantastic. So I started in 1995 because I was passionate about music and how music can help children's development, because it is fundamental for every child's development. Everybody loves music. It's a language that everybody understands, and it's so important to get children involved at a very, very early age. And I started in Solihull, and it started to employ teachers to work for me and train them, and then I franchised the business out in 2000, and now there's 45 franchises throughout the UK, and so there are roughly about 12,500 children come to classes every week.
Well, that's absolutely fantastic. And what sort of age ranges do your classes sort of go up to? Because I know you have a few different
We do.
classes.
We have our young baby classes, so we start with babies when they're 1-2 months old, introducing mums to the joy of music and what to do at home with their babies. Because sometimes when they have a new baby, they don't know quite what to do with that baby. So we help them, sort of have ideas of singing and playing with their baby musically. And then we have older baby classes. Toddler classes, and then we finish with our preschool classes, which is the culmination of all the years of a child coming, and we introduce musical notation and introduce them to different composers and different types of music at that age.
And I mean, I'm a member of Solihull Arden Club, and I've seen some of your classes going on down there, and I've heard some of the songs going on, and they make me just want to start jigging and
jumping up
having
and down
a little bit
and
of a
joining
dance.
it.
Yes.
Yeah, we're at the Arden Club every day, every morning except Wednesday. We have about 500 children coming roughly in the Solihull area, and so we've got classes every day. So please get in touch out there if you're interested in coming along to see our classes.
Yeah,
Join
and
in.
if we wanted to come down and join in with one of your classes, what's sort of the best way to get in touch?
Give us a call or contact us on our website, rhythmtime.net. Just type in Rhythm Time and you'll get all the classes there. Put your postcode in, it's quite simple, and all the classes come up. Wow,
well, I definitely urge everyone out there to go and have a look on their website. I know you've got a Facebook and a Twitter page as well.
Absolutely, yes.
And what kind of elements do you have sort of in the classes? I know you play a lot of musical instruments, do a lot of singing.
We do. Singing is very, very important because that's important for a child's language development. Children will sing before they speak, and it really does help their language development. We use all types of music. We use classical, modern, and traditional as well. And we do lots of nursery rhymes, instruments, dancing, lots of singing, as I said. Listening, we develop their listening skills as well, and movement. So it's quite varied and it's fun. So children are learning through fun and music.
Well, that sounds absolutely fascinating. And I've got another song to play for you now, which is a Justin Fletcher Heads, Shoulders, Knees and Toes song, before we talk some more to Kathy about the Early Years Music Week.
Okay, everyone, it's time for heads, shoulders, knees, and toes. You all know this one, so get ready to sing and dance with me. Are you ready? Here we go. Heads, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Heads, shoulders, knees and toes, and eyes and ears and mouth and nose. Heads, shoulders, knees and toes, Well done, everyone. Great singing. Now, we're going to start to miss out the words. So we're going to miss out heads, first of all. So nobody say the word heads. Are you ready to sing? Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Shoulders, knees and toes, and eyes and ears and mouth and nose. Shoulders, knees and toes. Did you sing the word heads? Now this time we're going to miss out heads and the shoulders. So it's just the knees and the toes. Here we go. Knees and toes, knees and toes. Knees and toes, and eyes and ears and mouth and nose. Knees and toes. Wow, it's getting really tricky now, isn't it? Okay, now we're going to miss out heads and the shoulders and the knees. So we're just going to sing the toes. Are you ready, everyone? Here we go. Join in. And toes, and toes. And toes, and eyes and ears and mouth and nose. And toes. Woo! You're doing really well. Okay, now we're going to miss out the words heads, shoulders, knees, and the toes. So it's just the ands. Are you ready? Sing along with me. Here we go. And eyes and ears and mouth and nose. Oh, wow, you were brilliant, everyone. Come on, let's put all of the words back in and sing it again. Here we go. Heads, shoulders, knees and toes. Heads, shoulders, knees and toes, and eyes and ears and mouth and nose. Heads, shoulders, knees and toes. Heads, shoulders, knees and toes. Heads, shoulders, knees and toes, and eyes and ears and mouth and nose. Heads, shoulders, knees and toes.
That was Justin Fletcher with Heads, Shoulders, Knees and Toes here on Solihull Radio. And now I'm back to speaking with Kathy Doolan, the founder of Rhythm Time. So we're now going to talk about the National Early Years Music Week. So, Kathy, can you tell me a bit more about the National Early Years Music Week and sort of some of the things that will be going on during the week?
Certainly, thank you. I wanted to do the National Early Years Music. I wanted to launch this to raise awareness of the importance of doing music and singing with babies, toddlers and preschoolers. Because lots of people come along to classes for fun, which is great, but they don't necessarily understand the benefits of coming along to the classes. And lots of research has been done recently to show that language and music abilities share the same neural pathways. So, of course, children's language is going to develop more quickly if they do singing and music. And it improves many other things. It strengthens their brain connections, promotes listening skills, builds their self-confidence, and develops their reading skills. So music unlocks a child's potential, getting them ready for later learning. Not to make them a fantastic musician, but just to get them ready for learning later on in life.
Yes, and you seem very passionate about, helping children to develop through music. What sort of was the reasons for creating the National Early Years Music Week? because it's the first one that you've done,
Yes,
isn't it?
and we hope to get more people involved next year when we do it again. Well, in the classes this week, during the week, we'll be talking about all the benefits that the mums are getting by taking their children to the classes, just explaining things in a little bit more detail, still while having lots of fun. We'll all be wearing yellow that week. We'll have stickers, balloons and leaflets. We're linked with Osborne Books, and they're providing us with headbands, colouring sheets and reading corners. We've lots of different sponsors for the week. We're really pleased. We've got HSBC, NatWest, Osborne Books, Music Biz and LMS as well, who's a music supplier. So we've got lots of sponsors. We're delighted about that, absolutely delighted. And people can bring a friend along to the classes that week as well, and we'll be running competitions. So we're really excited, and we hope it's all going to go well.
Yes, well, we hope it goes the week of the National Early Years Music Week goes really well. And it sounds very, very exciting and colourful, and like there's going to be lots and lots and lots of fun. And hopefully there'll be some new people coming to join in the classes that will hopefully then come regularly to your classes. And we mentioned that you do classes at Solihull Arden, but do you have any other venues across the borough, across Solihull?
Yes, we do classes in Shirley, and we do classes in Dickens Heath and Dorridge as well. So we have classes every day. We're also in Coventry, Warwick, Leamington and Barnt Green, lots of all over the Midlands. We've got thousands and thousands of children coming to classes all over the Midlands. So if people just pop in their postcode, they'll see where their local class is, and they're very welcome to come along the week beginning the 28th of February. They want to come along and join in the fun.
So the National Early Years Music Week is the week beginning the 28th of February.
That's right.
And we're going on all of those classes across the Midlands.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm sure there'll be, if anyone wants to get down to one of those and join in with the Music Week, there'll be a class local to them and near to them.
Yes.
So they won't have to travel too far to get to a class.
No, they won't. There's lots of classes. We cover lots of different areas. So yeah, just pop your postcode in the website and see what's going on.
Well, thank you, Kathy. I'll play another song now, and then if there's anything else that you would like to mention or talk about, then we can talk about that after this next song, which is another Justin Fletcher song, and this one is Nellie the Elephant.
Travelling circus came. They brought a beautiful elephant, and Nellie was her name. One dark night, she secretly ran away. As quick as you can, off she ran and was never seen again. Nellie the elephant packed her trunk and said goodbye to the circus. Off she rode with a trumpety trump, 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 trump. Nellie the elephant packed her trunk and trundled off to the jungle. Off she rode with a trumpety trump, 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 trump. Night by night, she danced to the circus band. When Nellie was leading the big parade, she looked so proud and grand. No more tricks for Nellie to perform. They taught her how to take a bow, and she took the crowd by storm. Nellie the elephant packed her trunk and said goodbye to the circus. Off she rode with a trumpety trump, 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 trump. Nellie the elephant packed her trunk and trundled off to the jungle. Off she rode with a trumpety trump, 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 trump. The head of the herd was calling far, far away. They met one night in Silverlight on the road to Mandalay. Nellie the elephant packed her trunk and said goodbye to the circus. Off she rode with a trumpety trump, 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 trump.
That was Nellie the Elephant there, boys and girls, and I really hope that you enjoyed listening to that song and it got you moving and grooving for the rest of your Sunday and the rest of your weekend. And we have been talking to the founder of Rhythm Time, Kathy Doolan, and she's still here with me in the studios, and she's been a fantastic guest today. But is there anything else that you'd like to mention today?
Just to remind everyone that the Music Week there, the National Early Years Music Week starts on the 28th of January for a week, and we're having a special day in Barnt Green on the 1st of February. So if you're interested in coming along to our classes for a free session, just go to the website, pop your postcode in, and you'll see all the local classes, and call the franchisee up and she'll get you booked in for that week. During that week, we're really excited because each day we're going to have a special song focusing on a different instrument. So on Monday, we're going to have Monday Maraca, and then Tuesday is going to be Tommy Triangle, Wednesday is going to be Woody Woodblock Wednesday, Thursday is going to be Tina Tambourine, and Friday is going to be Finger Cymbal Friday. So each day we're going to be focusing on a different percussion instrument. So please come along and join in the fun, and we look forward to seeing you there.
Yes, well, it sounds an absolutely fantastic week of fun and enjoyment and excitement and music. And if people want to come down to one of your classes or to find out more about them, what's sort of the best ways to get in contact with Rhythm Time and with you? And
just go to the website and pop your postcode in. Just type in rhythmtime.net and everything's there for you.
Okay, so if any of you out there want to head down to their National Early Years Music Week and join in with one of their classes, then if you go to their website, then you can find out lots and lots more details there. Well, that was Kathy Doolan. I hope you had fun coming on my show today.
Absolutely fantastic. Lovely to meet you, Alex, especially since you were an ex-pupil.
Yes, I was one of the first that used to come down to Rhythm Time, and I've really enjoyed talking to you as well. So I hope you've all enjoyed listening to Kathy. And we've got lots more songs. We've got about 15 minutes left of the show this morning, but we've got lots and lots more music. And here we are with some more wonderful, wonderful songs to get you moving and grooving and bopping and jiving for the rest of your weekend today.
It's If You're Happy and You Know It. So get ready to clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, and you really want to show it. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, wave your arms. If you're happy and you know it, wave your arms. If you're happy and you know it, and you really want to show it. If you're happy and you know it, wave your arms. If you're happy and you know it, stamp your feet. If you're happy and you know it, stamp your feet. If you're happy and you know it, and you really want to show it. If you're happy and you know it, stamp your feet. If you're happy and you know it, shout we are. If you're happy and you know it, shout we are. If you're happy and you know it, and you really want to show it. If you're happy and you know it, shout we are. If you're happy and you know it, and you really want to show it. If you're happy and you know it, shout we are. Man, I come from down your way and I can play. What can you play? I play the piano, 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 piano. I am the music man. I come from down your way and I can play.
What can you play?
I play the big bass drum. Big bass, big bass, big bass drum. Big bass drum, big bass drum. Big bass, big bass, big bass drum. Big bass drum. Piano, 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 piano. I am the music man. I come from down your way and I can play. What can you play? I play the saxophone. Saxophone, 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 saxophone. Big bass, big bass, big bass drum. Big bass drum, big bass drum. Big bass, big bass, big bass drum. Big bass drum. Piano, 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 strum. Pia, pia, piano, piano, piano. Pia, pia, piano, pia, piano. Oh, the grand old Duke of York, he had 10,000 men. He marched them up to the top of the hill and he marched them down again. And when they were up, they were up. And when they were down, they were down. And when they were only halfway up, they were neither up nor down. Oh, the grand old Duke of York, he had 10,000 men. He marched them up to the top of the hill and he marched them down again. And when they were up, they were up. And when they were down, they were down. And when they were only halfway up, they were neither up nor down. The grand old Duke of York, he had 10,000 men. He marched them up to the top of the hill and he marched them down again. And when they were up, they were up. And when they were down, they were down. And when they were only halfway up, they were neither up nor down. Oh, the grand old Duke of York, he had 10,000 men. He marched them up to the top of the hill and he marched them down again. And when they were up, they were up. And when they were down, they were down. When they were only halfway up, they were neither up nor down. And when they were only halfway up, they were neither up nor down.
Well, the time now is 9:52 and it's coming up to the last 8 minutes of my Solihull Radio Children's Show this week. But don't worry, because next week, if you join me again at the same times from 8 till 10 a.m, then I will have lots and lots more wonderful, wonderful things. I will have more of the same music to get you moving and grooving for your weekend. I will have some more stories to read for you, some more excerpts of some old children's shows, and Rainbow Man with his friends Giddy Gordon, Grumpy Doug and Awesome Alex will be going on another wonderful, wonderful adventure to somewhere else within our local area that you can go and visit if you really enjoy listening to those. And don't forget, if you have any birthday messages that you would like to text in for next week, then you can text those birthday messages in to the studios on 075 64 30 30 64. That's texting in your birthday messages to 075 64 30 30 64. Or alternatively, you could email them in to studio@solihullradio.com. That's studio@solihullradio.com. And if you would like to read a story on one of my shows, just like the stories that I read for you today, then you can record yourselves reading one of your favourite children's stories and email them in to studio@solihullradio.com. So that's emailing in your recording of yourselves reading some of your favourite children's stories. Or you could get in touch with me, Alex Manners, direct on my social media pages via Facebook or Twitter. So if you go down to Facebook or Twitter and find Alex Manners, then you can send in the recordings of those stories direct to me. And don't forget, if you enjoyed today's story of Rainbow Man, where he visited a Canberra Heritage and Garden Centre in Shirley, then you can head down to YouTube and go to the Rainbow Man Children's Channel, where you'll be able to listen to that story and that adventure again, along with all the other stories and adventures that Rainbow Man and his friends Giddy Gordon, Grumpy Doug and Awesome Alex have been on. Well, before we go, here is another song, and this is the CBeebies Presenters It's the Weekend song. So I hope this song gets all of you boys and girls ready for the rest of your weekend. And remember, whatever it is that you're doing today, remember to wrap up warm and have lots and lots of fun.
2 special days at the end of the week, so many ways to have fun. Saturday and Sunday are waiting for you. The weekend has begun. It's the weekend. Saturday and Sunday too. It's the weekend. There's fun to have and things to do. It's the weekend. The time for family and friends with CBeebies. can have them round to play. You can pop to town and shop, go somewhere special for the day. Kick a football in the park, perhaps ride on your bike. Make and do or bake a cake, there's just so much to like. It's the weekend, Saturday and Sunday too. It's the weekend, there's fun to have and things to do. It's the weekend, great to get out and about. It's the weekend, it makes you sing, it makes you shout. It's the weekend, the time for family and friends. We see babies, that weekend feeling never ends.
Did you enjoy that, boys and girls? Well, shall we play it again to make sure that you are all ready for the rest of your weekends?
2 special days at the end of the week, so many ways to have fun. Saturday and Sunday are waiting for you. The weekend has begun. It's the weekend, Saturday and Sunday too. It's the weekend, there's fun to have and things to do. It's the weekend, the time for family and friends. We see babies, that weekend feeling never ends. You can visit friends, you can have them round to play. You can pop to town and shop, go somewhere special for the day. Kick a football in the park, perhaps ride on your bike. Make and do or bake a cake, there's just so much to like. It's the weekend, Saturday and Sunday too. It's the weekend, there's fun to have and things to do. It's the weekend, great to get out and about. It's the weekend, it makes you sing, it makes you shout. It's the weekend, the time for family and friends. We see babies, that weekend feeling never ends.
Well, boys and girls, it's nearly time to say goodbye for this week, but if you've enjoyed visiting a camper with Rainbow Man and his friends, creating songs with Arthur, and talking about Rhythm Time with our fantastic guest, Kathy Doolan, then you can join me again next week on the same times from 8 till 10 a.m. next Sunday, where I will be live all over again with lots and lots more wonderful songs, stories, excerpts of old children's shows, jokes, events, and lots and lots and lots more wonderful, wonderful, wonderful things like that. So if you've enjoyed all those things, then join me again next Sunday from 8 till 10 a.m. Well, it's goodbye from me, Alex Manners, and it's goodbye from Rainbow Man. So until next week, au revoir. You're listening to Alex Manners on the Solihull Radio Children's Show.